Hi crafters, this is Paulette. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on this month's name tag for September. I started these last month for card class because there's a bunch of ladies that I don't know. We've had some ladies quit and we've had a bunch of new ladies and I don't know their names and they don't know my name. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do these little name tags. And I got these little badge kits at Walmart. You get the little hanging portion in one package for a couple of dollars, and then you get the little badge itself in a package for a couple of dollars. So you can do badges for 12 people for around $4. We're going to do this on some ivory cardstock, and I've made a little template for myself so I don't have to figure out what these measurements are every month. So we're going to cut it 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. And when I do stuff like this, I just do assembly line. I do all my cutting and all my corner rounding and then all my stamping. It just makes it go faster, especially when you're doing a bunch. So I'm going to round the corners with this little corner rounder that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's a really small corner, and I thought it would be perfect for the little name tag holders. So there we have that. We're going to stamp this sweet little tree. It is from Recollections called Timber. We're going to stamp that in some chocolate chip ink from Stampin'UP. Kind of close to the bottom, but so that the whole tree is still on the cardstock. There we go. And since it's fall, I thought it would be sweet to have some little birds. We're going to use Paper Tray Inks in the Meadow stamp set. It has these two cute little birds. And actually there's the die you can get to go with this, but I thought that would be too involved for this. I was doing quite a few, so I just chose to stamp the birds on here. So I'm just going to lay them on here where I thought they would show up good between the branches. And then I'm just going to stick my block to them. And that way I don't have to position them every time, because I ended up making, it was more than 12. I had to go back and buy another set. So assembly line, you want it simple. So we're going to stamp the little birds in real red. And just get that one between the branches. The one on the top doesn't really matter, because he looks cute anyway. Alright. So then I chose some inks for my leaves. I chose Pumpkin Pie, Green Galore, and Yo-Yo Yellow to do my leaves. And this is just a hand-cut leaf out of a scrap piece of stamp rubber that was trimmed off of another stamp. I don't even know what was on this little handle. Look, I even made so I know it's my leaf. So anyway, let's start with the yellow. I save everything, can you tell? And I just randomly stamped 2 yellows and then one down at the bottom because it is fall. Then we're going to do the orange. And I did one up here at the top, and then one down here by the other one on the ground. And then a couple of little green leaves. Cute. Cute and simple. Okay, now we need to stamp our greeting, and it is Happy Fall, and this is from Katie&Co. This was one of the first stamp sets that I ever purchased. And I did that in Dusty Durango. There we go. And then I sponged the whole thing in Close to Cocoa. So we'll do that. When I sponge, I like to just bring in an extra piece of cardstock. Now, I used to sponge, just, you know, get some ink on here and pick this up and sponge all the way around. But when you're doing something where you want a really smooth consistency, I take my sponge and just rub it here in the top of the lid and then go around, laying it flat down. And that keeps a little bit of that smudging. If you just lay your sponge right onto the stamp pad, you'll get this texture of the sponge on your item, and sometimes that's okay, and sometimes it kind of messes it up. So, and also when I'm sponging, I will turn the sponge in my hand because that ink is still all around on there. And if you're sponging, you're just pressing in one area, and that way you go ahead and use all the ink that's on there, and it saves your ink. You don't have to re-ink. So there we go. Cute. Cute and sweet. Now, when I originally made September's tags, I was going to print these on my computer. I was just going to print them on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and then cut them out and then stamp and embellish them. But I didn't have any black printer ink, so I ended up handwriting them, and the ladies really liked them anyway. So it worked out really good, and they loved getting them last month, and then they really loved getting their fall one this month. So next month will be for October, so that will be a Halloween tag. So join me again next month. Thanks.